We will start. This is now the heart of Barangay Mapalad, Rodriguez Rizal, and we are here in the office of the Barangay Chairman, Judith U. Gandea, and some of the officials are here. Barangay Kagawad. Ano ngayon buong pangalan mo? Juanito Atayo and Barangay Kagawad. Dominador Sadya. So, talagang sinasadya namin itong nandito ngayon. And our Vice President for the Mapalad Association, Norberto Tiad, si Mrs. Galban, President and Chairman. Dr. Aberen, one of the officers of Mystica Charity Foundation and consultant of the UP on biodiversity, ecology, and our friend here, Mystica. Ano nga yung full name ni Mystica?
Basta Mystica na lang
Mystica.
po.
He's
ang
very
babaeng
famous.
wala ng misteryo.
He's very famous as Mystica. Second time around here, but this time we'll be discussing a very important topic that will be part of our program in this barangay. And I think we'll just give you a little background first before we'll give the floor to Mystica and also to the barangay chairman. Actually, the program that we have started talking is all about the reforestation project here in Barangay Mapalad, of what we are doing. So we had a meeting this morning with the officials of the Montalban Planters Agro-Dev'T Association, but only few of us was able to reach here because of some obligations of the officers of the group. Now we have initially come up with an agreement to put up a sort of partnership program between Better Globe is a worldwide organization, and Better Globe Philippines and the Mystica Charity Foundation, Montalban Planters Agro-Dev'T Association, and with the barangay. So after our meeting, since it was approved by the majority of the officials of the Montalban Planters Agro-Dev'T Association, so this time we'll present this to the barangay for whatever purposes that we'll be doing this for the Barangay Mapalad and its project and program for reforestation and poverty alleviation program, which is the same with our group, yung aim and purposes ng organization natin, aim and purposes ng barangay officials natin, the same with the organization of Dr. Abrin and Mystica. So we are planning to joining our efforts together. All our organizations will be working together towards the progressive Barangay Mapalad, towards agro-development, towards agricultural development, and economic and political development in this barangay particularly. But not only that, from Barangay Mapalad, we'll be involving ourselves to the entire Philippines, then to entire international situation. So this time, mula nung mag-umpisa tayo sa sitio proper, sitio proper Mapalad Planters Agro-Development Association, hanggang nagiging Montalban Planters Agro-Development Association, and by this time, from the locality of Barangay Mapalad to the national scope of our effort, then now we're going an international situation because of the coming of the group of Mystica. So by this time, I wanted to give the floor to Mystica to present whatever is the idea na ginagawa ng grupo nila at pwede nating pagsasamahan. Okay,
Okay.
Mystica?
Yeah. So I was actually assigned here as the managing director of Better Globe, Better Philippines. But our main office is actually in Kenya. But this is a Norwegian company. So they chose Kenya kasi we've chosen the best quality mahogany, which are these, they call them mukaw. These are tropical mahoganies that are only suited for that kind of climate and of course with that kind of land. Tinatawag na arid and semi-arid lands. So since they wanted to make Philippines as their main, parang centralized marketing place, and that's the reason why they have to find a person, the best person for them, you know, who can actually enforce this. So I was so lucky that they chose me. So of course I have to prove them that, hey, you know, di trabaho ko to, so I really have to work hard for this. But since for me, it's not only eradicating poverty, kasi yun ang inano nila, sinabi nila sa akin, our main purpose is to eradicate poverty in Africa. So I said, okay, if that's your main purpose, then you are choosing the wrong place. For me, to go out right there and tell to the people that, okay, I'm here because I wanted to eradicate poverty in Africa. Then, right then, babarilin nila ako. Diba? Sasabihin nila, bakit mga Africans lang ang tinutukoy mo? So I had to come up with an idea. Now, why don't you give us a certain amount also, for example, para yun din ang gamitin namin for a plantation here in the Philippines. So, nag-ano kami ni Dr. Aberin, and because Dr. Aberin is actually from UP, and of course, he's got a lot of ideas when it comes to tree planting, forestry, and stuff like that. So, he was able to introduce me to lots of people who are into tree planting as well. Pero mas maganda na instead na i-spread out yung mga gusto naming itatanim dito into different organizations. Katulad niyan, we've managed to meet Kamsur Governor kasi meron din silang plantation doon and their aim is to plant 12 million trees by 2012. So, fortunately, when I met them, tamang-tama pagdating nung MOA nila, and then I met this group. Para bang it was a coincidence na, wait a minute, Mystica, sabi siguro ng Lord, no, Mystica, bago mo isign yan, you have to consider itong Mapalad muna kasi nakita ko sila. Akala ko, I was going into a political or religious affair or event lang, and then I didn't realize na eto pala, into mahogany tree planting. So when I came here and then I saw, my God, this is reality. Para bang kung ano yung ini-envision ko, 20 years from now, nandito na pala. So I was able to tell the story to my boss, and I've told him that, hey, this is it. Why do we have to go somewhere else like Kamsur? Well, in fact, it's right here. It's very accessible to me. It's very close. And each time that anybody would like to see, kasi kailangan nila ang proof. Asan ang proof mo kung talagang you are into mahogany planting, whatever. At least, I can show them that, okay, in every tree that's gonna generate some profit in Kenya, magtatanim din kami ng trees dito in the Philippines. And this is gonna be it. Diba? So, i-donate po namin yung 10%. And then, iba pa yung in each donation, kasi ang namin dito, ang package donation namin is 1,000 per tree. So obviously 10% is gonna come here to Mapalad, and then 1 euros, which is equivalent to 60 pesos, mapunta sa trees. So yung 10% mapunta sa kung ano yung expenses, and then maintenance and everything, and then yung 1 euro is gonna go for the trees, for the seedling or whatever. So noong inopen ko po kay sir at saka si madam, and sabi ko, madam, naghahanap talaga ako ng the right people to give this kasi I've started giving some donations already. Mahirap kasi magbanggit. Hindi ko na alam kung na-plant ba yung trees or hindi. So, sayang po yung pera namin. And I don't feel so proud to go back to my boss and say, asan yung trees na i-donate mo? Hindi ko po alam saan ba itinanim. Diba? Ako yung mapapaya. And of course, if I'm going to encourage all these investors, sasabihin ko na 10% was planted in the Philippines, tapos wala akong maipapakita, mapapahiya talaga ako. So since na here, you've already proven enough, not only enough, talagang more than enough, para maipakita talaga nila na there is right there, reality talaga. That they don't have to go to Kenya, di ba? kundi dito mismo makikita na nila. Because I've been to Kenya and I have some video footages, some pictures to prove it to them na talagang I was there at makikita talaga nila yung plantation. That they don't have to go to Kenya, di ba? Kundi dito mismo makikita na nila. Because I've been to Kenya and I have some video footages, some pictures to prove it to them na talagang I was there at makikita talaga nila yung plantation. Here, wala pa kasi may ipakita noon. Puro ako na lang sabi ng sabi. And each time that I meet organizations or whatever, ang dami akong na ano na, of course, dito na lang. Of course, anybody can say, just ask, kami na. Pero, puro salita. I want something solid right there. Saan ako? Doon ako sa may nakikita na o doon sa puro salita? Of course, doon na ako sa may nakikita na. And here in Mapalad, dito nakikita ko na. Okay, if you can see right behind me, it's actually an 18 years old. Am I right? It's an 18 years old. So we're talking about almost 20 years old. Okay, so with our program, I was telling you that mahogany, it takes a maturity period about 20 years. Okay, so this is a good example behind me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. These are the biggest ones right here. So the first ones, when I was there, you know, I thought that's gonna be it. This is actually the real thing I am looking at here about 20 years. So I can't believe it's really huge. All right, no wonder why we're gonna be giving an equivalent to or approximately or more 11.5 times or 12.25 or whatever, because it depends on how much is going to be the currency of euros later on. So can you imagine that after 20 years that they're going to be harvesting all the mahogany trees in Kenya and at the same time here in the Philippines. And this is actually the final result of how big that tree is going to be. Look at that. Wow, this is a really great, fantastic reality of it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm encouraging everybody to donate or adopt or invest, okay? Because it's just a matter of choice. You know, it's either you feel that you are donating it, it's either you feel that you're going to be adopting the tree, or if you feel that you are going to buy the tree. Means to say that it's all the same kind of idea that you're gonna get 12.25 times, because if you're gonna pay or if you're gonna buy or if you're gonna date or you're gonna adopt a tree right now, we are still giving you the 15%, okay, 15% starting on the 5th year up to the 19th year. Okay, so we haven't changed it yet. That's why we're still with that program, which is 12.25 times. All right. So as you can imagine, that's also the reason why we are giving up that much money in Kenya, because it's just going to be the same thing. They're going to grow like this, they're going to expand like this, and since Better Globe Forestry is going to be the one in charge in planting them, and they're going to be the ones in charge of taking care of them until they really grow, they really expand so big in 20 years time, and then they're going to be the ones harvesting them as well, and at the same time they are going to be the ones selling them to different companies later on. So that's going to be a big responsibility of Better Globe Forestry. Okay, talking about here in the Philippines, since we already have a tie-up with the Mapalad, where I am right now, Mapalad, that's actually here in Macabud,
Rodriguez Rizal.
Okay, Rodriguez Rizal. Okay, so we now have a partnership with them, and it's time that we plant mahogany trees in Kenya for profit, and then we're going to be planting a few mahoganies also. So that's going to be a part of the donation package that we are going to sell to donors or whatever. So this is going to be a great idea that we're not only talking about Kenya right now, because we're going to be proving to them that it is actually happening here in the Philippines. So nobody is ever going to question anymore if we have some plantations here, because here you can see the reality. Meaning to say, we're not just talking, we are actually talking and doing, and we're going to be doing more later on. Of course, with the help of our government officials right here, the barangay captains and the barangay officials. So with them, they're going to help, us big time, and as we know, we already have a lot of beneficiaries because we're going to be helping about 4,000 people right here.